Chiefs may have snagged the Super Bowl win, but the real winners are Marvel fans. We finally got the trailer for Deadpool and Wolverine, and now we get to tear it apart and figure out what we're looking forward to. Starting off with the big one, we caught a look at the TVA, or the Time Variance Authority. Their whole job is protecting the sacred timeline. They pay a visit to Wade at his birthday party, snatching him away to head to their headquarters. The introduction of the TVA was first done in the hit Marvel show Loki. The executive producer of the show, Kevin Wright, was on the Comic Book Phase Zero podcast a few months ago and shared his excitement about where the TVA could end up. He said, "I think everything we are doing here certainly lays the groundwork for fertile storytelling elsewhere. I can say from everyone on the Loki team, we are hopeful and excited about the possibility of the TVA being able to continue to tell stories at the TVA. I always kind of think of them as our time-based multiverse version of S.H.I.E.L.D. We can use them in so many places and tell so many cool stories, and a cool story Deadpool and Wolverine will be." When Deadpool is taken around the TVA after his initial kidnapping, he is taken into a room with some TV screens set up, and it's not hard to pick out various scenes from the MCU's many films. Some movies featured include Avengers: Age of Ultron, Captain America: The Winter Soldier, and Thor: Ragnarok, all amazing choices if you ask me. Wade can be seen saluting a clip of Captain America. This is a nod to how much Deadpool loves Captain America in the comics. You know when you see something really cute and you just want to squish it? Deadpool feels that on an extreme level for the Captain. Let me explain. The first time Wade and Rogers meet, they got into a huge fight. The reason? Wade was just too big of a fan. You're always told not to meet your heroes, and you can't meet them properly if they're 6 feet under. Deadpool cleared things up after the fighting and even got the chance to team up with Cap in the future. They took down a North Korean super soldier camp that was holding Deadpool's family. The family, unfortunately, wasn't saved, but Cap helped Deadpool get through the aftermath. Rogers later even asked Deadpool to be a part of the Avengers. So all that history, and it can be summed up in one adoring salute. Though it is a nice dream to think that Captain America might make an appearance as a character and not just a clip. If you had a real eagle eye, you may have even seen Deadpool with an Emmy down in the bottom left-hand corner. A month ago, Ryan Reynolds' soccer documentary, Welcome to Wrexham, won 5 Emmys. Ryan couldn't attend the ceremony, so he sent a pretty unique acceptance clip in his Deadpool suit, which I love this because it's now an Easter egg in the trailer, but when the speech came out, it was an Easter egg for the film, an Easter egg of an Easter egg. Incredible work. There is an epic shot of Deadpool reloading his guns, and it is very cool, but please, just for 1 second, shift your eyes to the background. There is a 20th Century Fox logo broken on the ground behind him, and it's huge. One thing Deadpool loves to do, break the fourth wall. He also directly references Disney about 35 seconds in. The film is majorly set in the year 2029 when mutants have nearly gone extinct, and I think it would be cool to see if the barren wasteland they are fighting on is the former filming lot for previous hero movies. It seems that as it stands, just one day after trailer release, many people think the desert is the Void. The Void was introduced in Loki. It's basically the end of time. Everything the TVA gets rid of ends up there. It's like a timeline landfill. A pretty epic battleground, if you ask me. Because this is the Void, that adds another evil entity for Deadpool to watch out for, Alioth, a smoky entity that destroys everything in its path. We actually see a TVA agent get to experience it hands-on at 1:44. Poor guy. About 2 minutes in, just before the shadowy entrance of Wolverine, a battered Deadpool is laying on the dry ground. He is definitely the focal point of the shot, and then Wolverine coming in a second later definitely keeps your eye on the middle of the screen. But if you look just a bit to the side, there is a comic book or the remains of one. Lucky for us, the cover is good enough condition that if you zoom in, you can see it reads Secret Wars. It's issue 5. Secret Wars is a film currently planned to be Marvel's 5th and final installment for Marvel's Phase 6 and the last film of the multiverse saga. The comic being issue 5 of Secret Wars is an interesting choice and makes us look at a person at 1:47 a little closer. See, that comic issue has a section all about Dr. Doom and how he messed up some timelines, which is interesting considering the TVA's line of work. At that 1:47 mark, there is a man in a silver mask, and this could just be a guy in a silver mask, but wouldn't it be so cool if it was Dr. Doom? Since Wolverine is already a pretty prominent part of the film, see the title, it wouldn't be hard to bring in Doom too. Deadpool has also been ripped out of his regular timeline, so it's not ridiculous to guess that other Marvel characters may have received similar treatment, or that Deadpool has ended up in their world on his Marvel Jesus quest. There will be a new Fantastic Four film coming out in 2025 as part of Marvel's Phase 6. While the villain of that film may not be Doom, just having the F4 in the MCU basically guarantees that Doom is lurking around somewhere. Many actors have portrayed the man, maybe one of those actors will make a reappearance. One actor we don't have to guess about is Aaron Stanford. He played Pyro in the the X-Men cinematic universe, and he is back. He was part of the X-Men in the 2003 film X2, but soon turned to the dark side, joining the Brotherhood of Mutants. In 2005's X-Men The Last Stand, he was a certified villain. Due to his history, it wouldn't be a surprise if he ended up on the good or the bad side of Deadpool's fight. He could continue being a villainous menace, or maybe he's seen the error of his ways and is now reformed. We still have a few months before we officially find out. Marvel has so many characters across its many universes, and with this movie seemingly dipping into multiple, that means that we have a lot of bald characters to choose from when it comes to identifying the person at 1 minute 17. Some think it's Nick Fury, others Professor X, but a strong case can be made for Cassandra Nova. She is basically the evil twin to Professor X. We know that actress Emma Corrin is in the film, we just don't know who she is yet. She would body this role so hard, so I honestly hope this theory is true. To add more fuel to the fire, Emma now has a very short buzz cut, the kind that looks like she may have had a shaved head a few months ago. But even if you just look at the color of the jacket, it's pretty similar to Cassandra's comic design. This will sound so ridiculous, but I did look up pictures of Emma Corrin's ears, and they do have a similar shape. If it turns out not to be Emma in July, I'm gonna look so ridiculous. But hey, all's fair in love and comic theories. Now we know Wolverine is in it. If this is news to you, then there is no way you watched the whole trailer or been online for the past few months. But just how Wolverine will be brought in is currently up in the air. The strongest theory now that the trailer is out is that the man in the white suit at 1 minute 20 is Wolverine, specifically from the 1988 Wolverine comic series by Chris Claremont. In these comics, Wolverine heads on a mission to Madripoor, going under the name Patch to lay low. His look for this series is commonly a white suit jacket and then an eye patch, but that's a bit harder to see from the dim lighting and back profile in the trailer. Dim lighting does nothing to hide the distinct shape of Wolverine's hair though, so there is a very high chance that this figure is the mutant himself. Although, with all the different timelines, this guy might be Wolverine, but a different Wolverine, not the Hugh Jackman Wolverine we've been following for years. A theory has been circulating online that there would be multiple Wolverines in the film. It originated from an interview with a French magazine in which Jackman was expressing his excitement for being in the film, saying, "Yes, it will even be a double role. Ryan and I have been friends for 20 years, we have a lot of fun together." That last part is sweet, but we cannot ignore the beginning. Double role? That implies that we, the audience, might be seeing double. This seems like such a big spoiler for the film. Maybe it has double meaning. Could Wolverine turn on Deadpool like a double agent? That would certainly go well with the end of the trailer when it appears that Wolverine tries to cut Deadpool in half. Okay, this last bit is strictly my own brainchild, but at 1 minute 53 they are in a snowy forest and I just feel like I've seen it before. The Avengers have fought in snowy landscapes a lot. They did so in Age of Ultron, Captain America the First Avenger. The first is shown on the TVA screen when Deadpool is taken on a tour of the site. Plus, the TVA are there and they seem to be trying to get Deadpool for some reason. Judging by their job, maybe Deadpool has found his way into some other timelines. I also recognize though that I grew up in Canada and maybe the snow just reminds me of home. I absolutely welcome y'all to call me delusional in the comments down below, but also please add your own theories after watching the trailer. I'd love to read them. Thank y'all so much for listening along today. I hope you enjoyed the trailer as much as I did and are looking forward to this movie as much as I am. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and make your mark on the comment section down below. Leave your theories down below. This is Juliana signing off. See you later.